area. Tiger Talk is brought to you by, and Tiger Talk brought to you by Whistle Stop Donuts, Drain Beans Coffee House on Lower Main in Princeton, Hancock's Neighborhood Market on Commerce Street in Katie's delicious homemade goodness, and Perry's Floors and More.
Make the morning great with a stop at Whistle Stop Donuts on West Main Street in Princeton. Whistle Stop makes their donuts fresh daily, and they're ready on your way to work or school. They have a wide variety of fresh donuts, so you can surprise the office with a dozen delicious donuts. Stop by Whistle Stop today and enjoy a donut or a dozen. They're open 5 a.m. to noon, Monday through Saturday. Whistle Stop Donuts on West Main in Princeton.
And at 8:07, it's time for Tiger Talk. Thanks for joining us, Ty Englebright, on this Monday. And I have the pleasure of welcoming in the job coach from Caldwell County High School, Kim Herron. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm wonderful. So nice to have you today.
Thank you.
I know a few weeks ago we were out and about, and we ran into each other, and you said, I'd like to come on the radio. And I said, well, that'd be great. So you're here.
I'm here.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Yeah, and I'm glad you're here because you help out at the high school with a very interesting program that's out there for our kids. And why don't we start by telling the audience, what your role is and how it works and what you're doing.
Okay. I am the employment specialist, most refer to me as a job coach. And I work with students that normally from their sophomore year through their senior year. And some that just need a little bit of extra help getting out into the workplace. We go out into the community and we explore different jobs. We go into a business and we learn about all the different jobs within that business. A lot of times we go into a place and don't realize what all goes into the rest of it, what's behind the scenes.
Right, and that's a good thing, especially I would think for kids, because there are some kids I think that have an idea, well, I want to do this.
Exactly.
And then it's nice if you have an opportunity to go in and see exactly what happens within the business or what their interest is. A lot of kids don't get a chance to do that, and a lot of folks do that, and they find out, well, this isn't for me after a while.
Or they can go into a place and see something and realize, hey, I really do like that. I would like to explore it further.
Sure.
So that's what we do. We are going to be going to a grocery store this week and learn about what goes on in the back room even.
Yeah.
Having to unload a truck, having to pull the stock out and put it on the shelves.
Face it and make it all look neat.
Exactly. And then even all the way to sweeping the floors. Just learning every aspect of businesses.
That's fantastic. And these students that you work with, they all kind of you have sort of some data, I guess, on their interests, don't you? As far as what they're going through, you guys compile data, so they sort of you have an idea of what their interest or what some of their strengths might be in certain areas, don't you?
Yes, I'll meet with the students once we go through a process through the Office of Vocational Rehab.
Okay.
And once they're approved for me to work with them, I bring them into my room and we kind of talk about what they would like to do. I have different activities that help me to know them better and learn what their interests are. I have a wide range of students, anywhere from some that have special needs. Mm-hmm. They're high functioning, but they're special needs students, mm-hmm. all the way up to those that just need a little extra help.
Right.
So I learn what their interests are. And hopefully I try to match them a lot of times with businesses that we're going to go to, depending on what their interests are.
Okay.
But like I said before, sometimes I try to take them into businesses that they don't know anything about because it might pique an interest that they didn't know about.
Right, and I'm sure, have you found it advantageous living in a small town and knowing people that I'm sure a lot of businesses are receptive to you bringing these students and seeing how it works?
Absolutely, they are. I've been doing this I came on board the end of September, and so far the businesses that I've talked with have just been very welcoming. The businesses that we've gone to have been so receptive and been wonderful in going into very details, giving us a tour of what their businesses do. It's just been great, the businesses here in town, but we're looking for more.
Right, and that's one reason you're here, and if you're listening out there and would like to help Kim in this endeavor and the students out at Caldwell County High School, what can they do? How do they get in touch with you?
They can call the high school, ask for me, Kim Herron, and they'll put you in touch with me, and we'll set up a time that I can come in, sit down and talk with you and explain more in detail what we do and what the program is, and then set up a time that I bring students in.
Okay, and you said this isn't necessarily a field trip. This is kind of a classwork type thing, I guess, isn't it?
Correct. This is part of our program.
Part of your
These are not field trips that we go on. I only take 4 students out at a time.
Okay.
So we may go to a business a couple of times anyway. I'm still building up my students and getting the approvals and things. So
you have quite a process to do that as well, don't you?
Yes. Okay. Yes, very much so.
That's interesting, and I would think that you start working with these kids. You said when they were sophomores. Is that correct?
Yes, I can start at sophomore.
And then you pretty much see this transition all the way to they graduate and get out of school and enter the workforce, I guess, don't you?
Exactly, and that's part of our goal too. Is especially for those that don't have a plan to go on to college, we're hoping that we will get them so involved into a business that once they leave high school, they'll be employed.
Right.
And that's what our hope is.
Yeah, that's really great. Sounds like a really good program. You said it's been going on for a while. Now you're new to this role, but you said the program has been.
The program just started this year.
It did just start this year. Okay.
I think they had it in place many years ago, and kind of got away from it. And all of the schools. This is a nationwide program, actually.
Yeah, that's what I was going to go with. I think it is. I'd kind of had looked up online with it, but I didn't know exactly, where to search or what to do, in researching you coming here. But so this is going on all across our country.
Yes, but now a lot of places have had it in place for quite some time.
Okay.
I have job shadowed a couple of places to where I've learned what my role is and more in depth, and they've been doing this for like 18 years in one place.
Okay.
So it's new to Caldwell County.
I got you.
So we're kind of all learning together, and but it's been exciting. It's been fun, and I'm just looking forward to see what else happens.
Sounds like it really is filling a need for some students that quite possibly, in the past, not that they didn't have an opportunity to do some of this stuff, but I think it sort of identifies some of these work areas and skills that some kids have. And like you said, not everybody necessarily was going to go off and get a secondary education, whether it's at a technical school or a community college or even a university. But this is just another way that our students can find an interest and possibly gainfully employed and give back to their community, whether it's here or somewhere else.
Yes, and this program kind of helps narrow down just a little bit the students. Miss Englebright at the high school works with the college and career ready students, and so, but this narrows it down just a little bit more for the students that I can help work with. And get them ready for transition into adult life.
Right.
And we work on life skills as well.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, I'm sure a lot of your classroom curriculum and things you do, because I'm sure you're in a classroom some as well, correct? And this going out and seeing these businesses firsthand.
Yes. I am in a classroom some parts of the day, also bring students into my room and work with them on things that will help.
And prepare them when
Yes.
they get out. We're going to take a short break, a String Beans coffee break, and when we come back, we'll talk more about your program. Kim Herron is here. She's with Caldwell County High School. She's the job coach, the employment specialist there, and we're talking about her program and what she does to prepare our students for the workforce and to get them job ready and possibly get them employment. So we'll be back in just a second here on Tiger Talk. It is 8:16, and we'll be back after we take this String Beans Coffee House. You're listening to Tiger Talk on your hometown radio station, WPKY The Tiger.
String Beans Coffee House in downtown Princeton specializes in made-to-order espresso drinks. Stop by Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to noon and enjoy a pick-me-up. You can also enjoy fresh-baked scones, homemade chocolate chip and oatmeal raisin cookies, and espresso brownies that'll keep you going all day long. They're also open on Saturday from 9 to 2. String Beans Coffee House on Lower Main in Princeton. Great coffee and more in a great atmosphere on Lower Main in downtown Princeton.
And we are back on Tiger Talk at 8:17. Kim Herron is here. She is the job coach, the job specialist at Caldwell County High School. And we were talking about your program, Kim, and it's not necessarily about the jobs. There are other things involved with this, and a lot of it is life skills.
Yes.
Tell us more about just some of the process of learning about that.
Some of the students that I work with, they may never live on their own, but some may. And so we will learn what it's like to go put an application in to get an apartment in order to rent the apartment. And we'll work on budgeting. And when you have a job, knowing how much you make in a month and how much you can spend. And that goes from paying your rent and your utilities. We learn about how to dress for an interview, a job interview.
Right.
So we'll go to a clothing store even and pick out things that would be appropriate for the job interview that they're going to. We'll go to grocery stores and pick out food items that you have to have and learn how to work with that in the budget that they
Budget
have.
aspect of it,
Yes.
yeah.
Mhm.
That's fantastic, and it does. It's these are things. Sometimes these skills are a little harder for some to learn. Sometimes they
Yes.
don't teach a lot of this stuff in school.
Right.
You get out and you have to kind of learn it as you go. But it is good that you have a head start maybe, and someone to start
Right.
thinking about this process because we all have to do it.
Right.
And wherever we are, whatever job you have, and whatever level that you are, you have to watch what you spend, how you spend your money. You have to have certain knowledge to go out and get that job or whatever. So,
Exactly.
So that's fantastic. So those that are listening out there, especially you business owners that have not, just are hearing about this program, and might be interested in helping Kim, and get these students in the job. Seeing what job that might interest them, give her a call and give your number out again.
It's at the high school. It's 270-365-8010.
Okay, yeah, 365-8010, and just ask for Kim Herron. She is the job specialist, the job coach, and what a great program. Is there anything that we did not touch on that you want our listeners to know about the program, whether it would be someone interested in helping you and a visit on site, or if they have any kind of other activity that might go with what you're doing?
Yeah, that would be great if it's not just even looking for jobs for the kids, but if they have even life skills that they would like for them to come in and someone might be willing to kind of teach things like that.
Kind of coach them or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, that's so important, and it doesn't necessarily have to be on. I mean, they could come to the school and do that.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yes, we could set up a time for that.
Set up a time for that. So, well, it's fantastic, and I think you're doing a great job. I know you're excited about it. We've talked
Yes.
several times about it. How many students do you? Can you tell us how many students you have, or does that fluctuate?
Well, it will grow the longer that I'm there. Right now, I have 10 students,
Okay.
and I can get up to probably 20, 25
And
students.
this is kind of a process that's developing, isn't it? You are I mean, this is a work in progress with these students.
Yes, and as the seniors that I have this year, of course, we're kind of in a race to get them going. They'll graduate, and then the freshmen this year that will move up to sophomores, then I'll get to start working with them.
And there's a process in identifying these kids, I'm sure, as well.
Yes.
I mean,
yes, there is. It's all working with their teachers and the principals.
Right.
A lot of people involved in that.
Awesome. Well, Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas.
And glad you're here doing that. I know that you seem to have a passion for what you're doing right now.
I do.
We've talked about it off the airwaves, and you said, hey, I want to come talk and tell everybody about what I'm doing. And any way that we can help here at WPKY with what you're doing, be glad to. So
thank you so much. I've enjoyed being here, and just appreciate your time. Yes,
ma'am. Again, telephone Kim Herron if you're interested in what you've heard here on Tiger Talk this morning. She's out at the Caldwell County High School at 365-8010. And if you're interested in helping or just have some questions about that, she would be glad to answer those questions. So that's going to wrap up this version of Tiger Talk on this Monday, December the 11th. Thanks to Kim for being here, and we hope that you will tune in again to Tiger Talk, reminding you that we're going to be off the air for a little bit this morning. We're going to be doing some work out at our antenna site, and that'll probably be about mid-morning. Could take out our noon news. Be watching Facebook. We'll put a Facebook post out there and let you know when we're going to go off the air and when we should return to the airwaves. So be sure you put your dial back on 103.3 FM WPKY, the Tiger. For Kim Herron, Ty Engelbright, this is going to do it for Monday's edition of Tiger Talk. I hope you have a wonderful day at 8:23.
Hancock's Neighborhood Market on Commerce Street in Cadiz is the place to shop for delicious homemade goodness. Hancock's makes their own fresh chicken salad, pimento cheese, salads, and a variety of mouth-watering desserts sure to please your entire family. While at Hancock's, be sure to visit their meat department for the best selection of USDA choice meats in the area. Hancock's Neighborhood Market in Cadiz, hometown, homemade goodness, and the Hancock name you know and trust for quality for your family. Hancock's Neighborhood Market on Commerce Street in Cadiz.
Since 1978, Perry's Floors and More has been selling, installing, and servicing homeowners throughout Western Kentucky with quality flooring and workmanship. Perry's Floors and More carries luxury vinyl plank and luxury vinyl